You realise that I can't use any of this now because now you've put my fucking form password in spoken word.
Well, we haven't started yet. Is this 26?
I bet check.
It will be. It will be. I mean, last month was Alpha 25.
You sure?
So by the powers of induction vested in me, I pronounce.
It's such a shower of shit. We don't even know what alpha is.
There you go. Alpha
Right.
25. Yeah, so it's definitely 26.
Hello everybody, I'm Mark from Introversion. We are about to do the Alpha 26 video. We know it's Alpha 26 because we've just looked at the builds page and reminded ourselves that last one was Alpha 25. Alpha 26 is a bug bash. Now, for those of you that don't know, every few months, every now and again, rather than adding new features into the game, we try and bite an enormous chunk of bugs out of our bug database, which is very kindly populated by a subset of our fans and players. So that's what we've been doing this week. So bug bashes or this month rather, bug bashes are very important and they're a crucial part of the game development, but they do give us a big headache. And the headache really is what we do with the video and what we show, because it's not particularly visual. So so this is going to be all about filler. Basically. But I don't worry about it, guys. People often say, "What does Mark do?" You know?
Oh, now we're going to find out.
And you're going to find out what I do.
Can't wait.
So so Johnny, you are our programmer.
That's right, Johnny Programmer.
Johnny
Reporting
Programmer.
for duty, yes.
Could you take us through what we've done for the bug bash?
Right. So far, and we are filming slightly in advance. Actually, we're not filming, are we? We're recording.
That's right.
With a screen. Yeah. We've so far done about 34 issues. This includes all sorts of bugs, really. My favourite bug is, of course, the digital clock bug.
The digital clock bug.
Yes, well...
More of a request than anything, surely.
Well, I mean, yes, indeed. It says request, but we resolved it. El Diablo thought that this was the highest priority bug on the list.
Excellent.
I
love it.
And he's done it.
I love it. Never mind food going to the wrong kitchens and inmates starving and killing everyone. We now have a digital clock in the game.
Can we see the digital clock?
We can see the digital clock, but I will have to download it.
Well, to be fair, we did work on the kitchen somewhat as well. It turns out to be a phenomenally hard problem.
Yes, that's right. This was kind of like, this is what I was thinking was going to be the big issue for the month, actually. Well, one of the big ones that I wanted to tackle, the fact that chefs constantly get it wrong. They take food to the wrong kitchens and canteens. You often, particularly if you have a prison that's divided up with lots of different categories of prisoner, multiple kitchens and everything often go wrong, and I really wanted to fix that one.
Yeah, we've made some improvements. We discussed lots of options. For example, estimating the amount of food that the canteen is going to require at certain hours of day for what prisoner categories and so on. And it just turned out to be a mind-bogglingly complicated problem. So we have hopefully improved matters somewhat. Now the kitchens are going to cook just the amount of food that's required in the next 3 hours, and the canteens, if the food ends up on a serving table in the wrong canteen, then due to some mystical magic,
quantum tunneling, Johnny.
Yeah, quantum tunneling serving tables. We're trying this feature out to such that serving tables can quantum tunnel food from one serving table on one side of the prison to another. It's not entirely realistic, but at least people don't starve to death. So,
realism's not the not the goal
it's
here.
an interesting thing. We did actually discuss, didn't we, a much more correct solution that tried to divine the player's intention and then put the right food in the right place at the right time. I actually think that it's one of those computer science unsolvable problems, actually.
Are you saying it's NP complete?
I think it might be an MP complete problem.
Right. Well, the first of our fans that sends me a proof that this is NP complete gets
Wins.
a pack of foamies.
A scholarship to Imperial College. No, you get a pack of foamies. No, because you can have any number of category of prisoners. They can all be eating at different times of day. You can have any number of canteens from 1 to many. You can have any number of kitchens 1 to many. And you may or may not have staff prisoners working in the kitchens. And so trying to resolve where all the food needs to be at exactly the right time is virtually unsolvable because there are so many different configurations. So we decided that we would cheat. But I think one of the things that perhaps there might be some people listening right now going, "No! No! You fuckers!" Right.
There will be some people.
And if there are,
there will be some people.
If there are, then, well, one of the things that's not widely realised is that we actually cheat already in the food system.
Oh, don't give away all the secrets, man.
We do. We already teleport meals around a canteen. If prisoners go to the wrong serving table and there's no food there, but there is food on a neighbouring serving table, they'll pick it up from there instead. It teleports. So all we've actually done is made it teleport longer range. It's the same way that we do with construction materials as well. Like building construction materials actually teleport to their destination.
That's right, because I remember this was a very old problem right at the start, wasn't it? That you would lay down the foundations or that which you wish to be constructed, and then you'd have to wait.
That's right.
For hours. There was no immediacy in the feedback.
Because it took ages to deliver all the materials, and so we put in a fake hack that teleported the materials, and it made the game way better, but slightly less realistic. So I think that game always wins over realism, and I think in this case, now if you have enough meals within the whole prison, your prisoners will be fed, even if the meals happen to be in slightly the wrong place.
Yeah,
it's a good trade-off.
So, Chris, just bring back the old bug list.
Oh yeah, I was going to look at the clock.
Well, let's save that big finish.
Okay,
we need that for the end.
We'll save that for the epic climax.
Epic climax, exactly.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was just looking at this one, the intro video. This one's requested quite a lot. The introduction video cannot be skipped. Pressing escape while in the video should skip and take the player to the incoming call from the CEO. This is a nice one, wasn't it?
Has this been fixed now?
Yes, it has been fixed. And now you can, when you wiggle the mouse or you press the keyboard, a little skip button will come up at the bottom right of the screen, and you can click on that.
Wow, so we've got more visuals.
Skippable cutscenes.
For our epic climax.
How's that for an upgrade? You can now skip our hard work. This stuff terrifies me. It's like, all the weeks of work that go into cutscenes and stuff, and then somebody clicks on skip. But I can't deny that I always click on skip whenever I'm playing the game.
Well, we're not watching movies, are we?
Exactly. We're here to play a game. We want to skip all this bollocks about story.
Do you think that they had the same argument with like DVD players saying, I don't want a fast forward button on my DVD players?
Maybe.
All the great directors. I don't know. Anyway, it's all about filler this month, folks. All about filler.
Prisoners' sleep state not saved. This is a nice one. So this says that every now and then, if it's nighttime, your prisoners are all nice and fast asleep, and you save the game. And then when you come back to the game, your prisoners are all awake. And because they're awake in the middle of the night and they're tired and they're smelly, they riot and trash the place. So people will leave a prison behind that's perfectly peaceful, and then they come back to it and it's a full-blown riot.
Johnny, we are at time of recording about a week before we launch Alpha 26. The roadmap says it's 71%. Will we be at 100%?
Well, I can categorically, absolutely state in this video recording here that we may be more than 71%, or less than or equal to 100% at the time of release.
Johnny, are you sure about that? Because I could just add some more bugs in.
Well, you could.
And if I add more bugs into the bug bash, then the percentage complete will go down.
Yeah, but you see, I'm a Mantis bug administrator too.
You can unadd them to the bug bash, is that what you're saying?
So they can be unadded. Are there any more bugs in here that anybody wants to draw out? Anything that you want to talk about, Johnny, that you think the viewing audience might be intrigued by?
What we're working on at the moment is some performance improvements.
Okay.
Andrew's been working hard on the utilities mode.
That's right.
At the moment, when you switch to utilities mode for larger prisons, that tends to grind a bit when you do that. So he's been converting stuff to vertex arrays and trying various optimizations. And in parallel with that, I've been working on a work queue optimization. The work queue is the system that stores all the jobs. System, and when a large number of jobs exist in the work queue, things tend to bog down a bit because we don't do particularly intelligent searching of the work queue.
Johnny, I don't believe that is actually referenced against a bug number.
Well, it's kind of.
Are you off the list?
Yeah.
Are you working on rogue bugs, Johnny?
You're working on rogue bugs. Your success in this bug will not contribute to the 71%.
I can always add a bug in. Hey,
I think, though, that everything Johnny has ever done that has significantly benefited Introversion has been off list.
Yeah.
Because you and I just don't have the vision that he does, mate.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
Johnny, we all bring something to the party, and Johnny's not a man that works from a list. I was looking at our Twitter feed recently.
Aye.
And I saw that we'd had a tweet from Marcus.
Yeah. I noticed that
I
too.
was quite touched by that, wasn't it?
We got a tweet from the Marcus.
Do you know what he said about me?
What did he say about you, mate?
He said that he found these videos inspirational. What else did he say? Pull up the tweet, mate. Pull up the tweet.
Your dev commentary videos are amazing and inspiring.
Isn't that really great?
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
That he finds us inspirational.
Yeah. I think.
I hope he's all right. You know, I mean, obviously, everybody wants to have the sort of wealth that he's got and the success, but it is like having a diamond anvil tied around your neck, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a good analogy. Yeah, definitely. I think having 2.5 billion divided by how many people after tax in your bank is actually not a lot different from what you already had in the bank from just Minecraft.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks. And people that don't think about it think, "Oh, you're so rich now. You know, you've got nothing to worry about." But actually, I think it's a bit of a burden. In many ways.
Creatively, isn't it?
Creatively, yeah. So you kind of simultaneously want to do something awesome next, but also simultaneously don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine it's a bit of a head fuck, actually.
Yeah. Right. Yes, I know what I wanted. I wanted to introduce someone new into our videos.
Okay.
Sam! Sam is my wife.
Okay.
And she runs our Facebook page. And
yes.
Last night, she asked the Facebook community...
Hello?
Hang on, have a seat, come here. She asked the Facebook community what questions they would like to ask us.
Okay.
So brace yourself,
okay.
Chris.
Yep, okay, I'm braced.
Because you're going to get the whole 9 yards.
I'm braced. Hi, Sam.
Okay. So we had quite a few people that wanted to ask questions to Mark and Chris. So the questions are not directed at either one of you specifically, so you can just choose which of you wants to answer it. So I get asked this all the time in support, and this is just sort of a generic one as opposed to specifically for PA. So Brian Shannon wanted to know if you could give one piece of advice to people looking to start up their own indie gig, what would you say?
Don't issue death threats.
To Gabe Newell.
to Gabe Newell or anyone at Valve.
The end. Right, that's it. That's the best piece of advice ever. Next question.
Yeah, next question.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay, what's your favourite feature in PA?
Who?
That's from Liam Hutton. To either of you.
Oh, I really like the escape tunnels. Actually, I'm really happy with the escape tunnels. I love the way that they work together as a team and they plot a route and then they dig around buildings. I love the fact that if you leave it running for ages and don't realise, they'll build a tunnel all the way around your buildings, all the way around the walls as best they can, and eventually they'll escape. I think it just looks really, really cool. And I love that mechanic. I think it's because I love hidden stuff going on in games, like submarines in DEF CON and stuff. The escape tunnels are kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I think for me, it's definitely the logic gates that are in PA. That are completely, they serve no commercial purpose whatsoever. but they took up development effort, but they're in there. So for me,
you're being disingenuous, aren't you?
I don't like the logic gates.
Those logic gates are really popular. Next question.
Right, next.
Okay, so Andre Stodelman wants to know if there's any plans for multiplayer PA.
No. Next question.
Okay. I get asked this a lot from support. It's probably quite boring for a lot of people. Jake and Bradley wants to know what programming language you use for PA.
Johnny.
Well, we use C++ mainly. We don't use an engine. We write our own engine in OpenGL with various external libraries such as SDL and so on and so forth. We have in-house libraries that we've built up over the course of the years, also written in C++, dates all the way back to uplink some of the code. So there's quite a lot of good stuff in there.
Oh, Sam wants one more question.
One more question.
Yeah, go on.
James Drury wants to know what other features you plan to open up to modders, and if you plan to implement any of the mods into the final game.
Good question. Good question.
Tough, yeah. Well, we are hoping to expand the mod system gradually with each update. As to specific things that we have, at the moment, the need system is quite sort of general case, so people just use a provider, right? If you want to use a toilet, you're going to use a toilet, but nothing fancy can be done there. I think it would be a good idea to extend the script system so that you can write your own script commands that go off when a need provider is being used. So a good example would be something more complex like a basketball ring that requires a little bit of behavior for somebody to actually make use of it. Is a classic case where we could expand that into the world of script, and that would extend the mod system a little bit further. Yeah,
I think that'd be very cool. Is that the goal, to be able to allow the mod community to get that basketball match?
Certainly, you could have that as one of the targets. Once you're able to do that, you've got quite a mature system, I think. Yeah. I saw actually in the Steam workshop, on that note, somebody has managed to make landmines. Right, they're like plantable landmines. You build them around the edge of your prison.
How do they work?
Well, they use the new modding and scripting system.
Right.
And if any prisoners step on them, they explode. So you can put minefields all the way around your prison to stop escapes. I think that's actually not something that we had considered previously as being possible, but quite a clever use of the system.
Yeah. Brilliant. All right, that's definitely got to be enough filler. So if there is anybody still listening, I don't know why I do this at the end of these videos, but if you are still listening and you're not yet involved with Prison Architect, please head over to prison-architect.com and download it and get involved. You will get all of the alphas from now until whenever the hell we finish. You can also buy Prison Architect on Steam, and then all the updates are sent to you automatically, so do whatever you like. Thanks to everyone that's helped with the bug bash, in terms of the fans out there that are giving us bugs to fix and helping us regression test and all the rest of it. We will be back in 1 month with Alpha 27 that will be full of huge, cool stuff. Oh, but before we go, the big visual finale.
There it is.
Drum roll. Yeah,
That's
there
cool.
It is.
That's cool, isn't it?
It's cool, isn't it?
Leander's bit of work. I think it needs to shrink a bit, don't you?
Yeah, it's too big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still a square, isn't it? I think
What's all that dead space at the top of the bottom?
Exactly. Well, that's where the old analog clock was, isn't it?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, isn't it? Obviously. So I think what we need to do. Oh, it has a 24-hour one as well. Let's try that. That's a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it needs to go.
Yeah.
Other than that, it looks good.
Does look good, doesn't it?
Time well spent, I think.
What do you think? Wonderful. Sam says it's wonderful. From Introversion Software to the wider community, over and out.